Okay, let's get into this. When you think about where the big financial innovations are coming from, your mind probably goes to giant banks, right? Or maybe those slick fintech startups.
Yeah, that's the usual picture. But the source we're digging into today, it throws a curveball.
A really interesting one. It argues that actually a major force behind blockchain adoption in finance is, well, it's someone you might not expect.
Exactly. It's making the case for credit union leagues, those regional groups that support local credit unions. The source sees them as playing this really critical foundational role.
More than just like administrative groups.
Way more.
And here's the hook. They use this really vivid metaphor, calling the leagues the infinity stones of blockchain innovation for credit unions.
It's a great analogy. Like each league holds a specific essential power needed to bring this tech into the cooperative finance world.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is to unpack why the source sees them this way. What do these powers actually look like, on the ground?
It's pretty insightful how it breaks down their influence, assigning these unique roles. It's like they're assembling a toolkit.
Okay, let's dive into these stones. First up, the space stone. This one's about interconnectivity. How does the source say leagues manage that?
So they act as the glue, basically, the connective tissue between all these independent credit unions.
Like just emails, I assume.
No, much deeper. We're talking about things like interoperable digital ID systems. So an ID could work across different credit unions.
Oh.
And shared intelligence networks for fighting fraud pooling data makes everyone safer. Plus, they help set up private subnets on blockchain platforms. The source specifically mentions metal blockchain here.
Metal blockchain, right.
Yeah, providing a secure space for, regulated data exchange between members.
Got it. So connecting the dots creates something bigger. Okay, next, the time stone. This is legacy to future. Finance has all this old infrastructure, right? You can't just flip a switch.
Exactly. And leagues help navigate that. They act as a bridge between the existing, core banking systems everyone uses today and these new blockchain native solutions.
So what does that look like practically?
Well, it could be piloting decentralized payment rails, aiming for faster, maybe cheaper transactions, or using blockchain for digital onboarding, making it quicker for people to join while still ticking all the compliance boxes.
Which brings us neatly to the reality stone. Regulatory navigation. Always a huge deal in finance.
Oh, absolutely critical, especially with new tech like blockchain. The source stresses that leagues are vital here.
How so?
They help make sure these blockchain solutions actually meet all the tough compliance rules, from the NCUA, state regulators, federal agencies.
And things like KYC/AML.
Definitely. Know your customer, anti-money laundering, all that has to be built in. Leagues help ensure the tech operates in the reality of financial regulation. They make it compliant, safe.
Makes sense. Okay, then the power stone. Collective strength. Strength in numbers, basically.
Pretty much, but it translates into real clout and capability that smaller credit unions just wouldn't have alone.
Like what kind of clout?
Well, the source points to influencing policy debates around digital assets, negotiating better deals with tech vendors for shared tools.
Bulk buying power, sort of.
Kind of, yeah. And importantly, pooling resources for big pilot projects. Testing a new blockchain lending platform, maybe. Something too costly for one institution.
Right. Building on that strength, there's the Mind Stone strategic education, getting everyone up to speed.
Exactly. Blockchain is complex stuff. Leagues guide their members, offering training programs focused on real-world uses.
Not just theory.
Right, practical application. They put out industry reports, filter the hype, and act as trusted advisors, helping credit unions make smart choices about this tech.
And the last one, the Soul Stone. This connects to the mission-driven purpose of credit unions.
Yeah, and this is maybe the most unique part. The source argues leagues keep the focus right. They ensure blockchain serves the core mission, community service, financial inclusion, maybe making things cheaper or easier to access, reducing fraud, which is huge for members, and just maintaining that fundamental trust.
So it's not just tech for tech's sake.
Not at all. It's always through the lens of how does this actually help our members and communities?
So if you bring all these stones, all these capabilities together, what's the big picture of the source's painting?
That these leagues aren't just, governance bodies ticking boxes. They're active guardians of innovation. They're uniquely set up to pool resources, handle the complexity, and make sure blockchain's potential gets unlocked responsibly for local finance.
And the source sums it up really well, doesn't it? There's that line.
Yeah, it's powerful. Alone, a credit union can experiment. Together, through their league, they can transform.
Really highlights that collective action piece. It's not just nice to have, it's essential for real change here.
Seems to be the engine, yeah.
So this deep dive definitely makes you look at credit union leagues differently. They're playing this maybe unexpected, but really fundamental role in blockchain's future in finance.
Because of that mix of collective power and their core mission focus?
Right. And it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? If this kind of collective action through groups like these leagues is key for navigating something as complex as blockchain, well, what other big challenges in finance or elsewhere could use a similar collaborative approach, that kind of shared deep dive?